Using graphs to solve simultaneous equations. Okay, here we have a simultaneous equation. So we have x plus y equals 5 and x plus 2y equals 6. Okay, let's take the first equation, x plus y equals 5, and what we're going to do is we're going to find values of x and y which fit for this equation. So for example, if x was 0, obviously y would then need to be 5 to make this true, because 0 plus 5 is 5. So 0, 5 is a solution to this first equation. What else could we have? Well, if I made y 0, what would x have to be? Well, x would have to be 5, wouldn't it? Because 5 plus 0 is 5. So 5, 0 is also a solution. And we could have something like, I don't know, if x was 2, then can you see that y would have to be 3? Because x plus y has to be 5 according to the equation. Now, once we have some solutions, I can put them onto the graph. So the first solution was 0, 5. So on here, 0, 5. And then we had 5, 0, which is here. And we had 2, 3, which is here. Now, the point about it is that if you have one equation and we were to list all of the solutions to that, and we were to plot them on a graph, we'd obviously create a straight line. Okay, so I can draw a straight line through these points that I've got. So let me just do that. Okay, so there are these blue, on this blue line are all the solutions to this blue equation. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for the second equation. So we need x and y, and we're looking for points to put on the graph, which are all solutions to this equation. So again, I'm going to make x 0. Now, if x is 0, what does y have to be? Well, can you see that if x is 0, 2y will have to be 6, because we've got 0 plus 2y has to be equal to 6. So obviously 2y has to be 6, so y has to be 3. What would happen if x was 0? Sorry, y was 0. Now if y is 0, what would x have to be to make that true? Then because we'd have x plus 2 times 0 is 0 equals 6. So you can see that x will have to be 6. So when x is 6 and y is 0, it makes this equation true. Now we can try some more, but actually there's only 2 we need. So when the equations are written like this, it's quite a good idea to choose 0 for x and work out the y, and choose 0 for y and then work out the x, and then you've got 2 coordinates. So we have 0, 3, which is here, and we have 6, 0, which is here. So I'm going to draw the line which goes through those 2 points. Okay, now, so the point about this is that obviously the solutions to the blue one are on the blue line, the solutions to the red equation are on the red line, and we're looking for the solution that fits both equations. So basically looking for where the 2 lines cross will be the solution. So we can see here it's 4 and 1. So x equals 4 and y equals 1. We can check that by putting them into our equations, but we can see it works. 4 plus 1 is 5, and 4 plus 2 times 1 is 6. So it's correct. So the idea is draw each of these equations as lines and find the intersection of those, and it will give you the solution. Okay. Now we can check this by using Desmos. I think we've used Desmos before. So I'm going to type in the equations here. X plus y equals 5 and x plus 2y equals 6. Yeah, and you can see we have the same solution as what we got, 4 and 1. X is 4 and y is 1. Okay, So let's do another example. So in this question, you can see we've got it written slightly differently. Y equals 6 minus 2x. Okay, so it's still the equation of the line, and this is how we more normally had the equations of lines, actually, like this, wasn't it? Do you remember when we were drawing lines? But it's the same principle. We draw both lines and find out where they intersect. So what I'm going to do is, this time I'm going to choose x is 0. Now if I substitute 0 for x, I'm going to have 6 minus 2 times 0, which is 6 minus 0, which is 6. This time it's easier to just substitute values of x and work out the y coordinates. So I'm going to use 1. X is 1. 6 minus 2 times 1. 6 minus 2 is 4. And let's do one more, 2. 6 minus 2 times 2. 6 minus 4, 2. And then I can put them onto my graph. So this point is 0, 6, which is here. Then we have 1, 4, which is here. And then we have 2, 2, which is here. And then I can join those together with a straight line. Oops. There we go. So it's going to look like this, isn't it, actually? Yeah, it'll look something like that. Okay, let's do the other one. Again, we can make a little table. Let's put in 0, and you can see 1.5 times 0 is 0, minus 6, that's minus 6. And let's put 1 in. Actually, let's use 2, because it's going to be a nicer number, because 1.5 times 2 is 3, isn't it? And then 3 take away 6 is minus 3. And let's use 4 just as a double check. 1.5 times 4, that is 6 actually, and 6 minus 6 is 0. So now I can put these points on. 0 minus 6, 2 minus 3, and 4, 0. And then I can join these together with a line. So it goes up something like that anyway. So now in this case you can see that our solution is here, yeah, at this point where they cross. Now when you draw a graph like this, you can't see exactly where that crosses, so we're going to have to estimate the solution, so it's not going to be perfect. So if we estimate that, that looks about, I don't know if that's 3.5 or 3.4. Let's go with 3.4 maybe for now. And this down here, that's probably what, minus 0.8 or something like that. Okay, so your solutions are going to, some of the solutions are going to be a little bit off. They're going to be estimates. Okay, now if you would like, you can always go to Desmos and check the solutions. Let's get rid of these and now put our new ones in. So y equals 6 minus 2x and y equals 1.5x minus 6. So here we go. So yeah, so you can see the actual solution is 3.4 and minus 0.8. This would actually round off to minus 0.9, wouldn't it? So we were pretty close, yeah? But it only needs to be an estimate if you're doing it from the graph, unless you're doing it on Desmos. Okay, so these are the types of ones that you're going to have to answer. Ones like this, where I suggest you put x is 0, work out the y, and then y is 0, work out the x. And when you have the equation written y equals something, then it's probably easier just to put in x equals 0, 1 and 2, or x equals 0, 2, 4, and just draw 3 points and join them together with lines and find where they intersect. You can just do 2 points obviously for a line, but it's a good idea maybe to do 3 just in case you've made a mistake with one of them. Okay, good luck.